Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, finally back with my chart haul video for like August 2K20. It's like the 22nd of August and I still haven't found the time to shoot this one, so I'm gonna like skip through this kind of quickly because there's records I want to show you and stuff. And well, maybe you can see this in the background. The sky is a little darker because, well, for the first time in ages, I guess it starts raining in Hamburg, and a lot of people like were complaining about like climate change and high temperatures in summer, but anyway, I loved it. So 30 degrees plus is a thing, even though in the warehouse it's hot and stuff. But this is just a side note, and another side note is that I had a visitor last night, and I was, if you have seen my Twitter account, you might know what I'm talking about now, but I'm kind of, well, not the best friend with wasps and like bumblebees and bees, because I was bitten and stung in my childhood quite a lot and stuff. And yesterday when I was like doing stuff, like around 11 p.m. I heard like a hum, like a big ass hum, like a helicopter or whatever, and it was like bzzz, and I was like turning my head around, and I was expecting like there's one of these big ass like black flies flying around here, but I saw what I suspect to be a wasp, which was like the size of my thumb, like this big, making a big ass noise. And I spent like about like 45 minutes to get this thing out of my flat again. But a friend of mine suggested on Twitter that this could be a hornet, and I'm freaking out even more because like 11 p.m. in Hamburg, like in a inner city area, hornets. So I need a flamethrower. So if anybody has like bought one of these Elon Musk things, please send me one, because I don't want these things around in my flat and stuff. And I guess, well, they're peaceful kind of, but if they bite heavy. So I'm not involved with those kind of insects, and I was like really freaking out. But let's go into vinyl and stuff. The first one is a limited one, 100 copies only, I guess. It's the first release of the new dub label called Acetone by a guy called Abdul. The release is called Falkenburg with like 3 tracks on there. Very interesting stuff, pressed at the same pressing plant where I used to press my stuff, so at Ramona Records in Hamburg. So here is the whole thing with a big center hole, like a classic dub 12-inch. Really interesting take on dub music, not like that reggae influenced, but more like on the experimental side of the genre. And it makes me think of what is this guy's name? Not Andrew Weatherall. Adrian Sherwood. Well, I had like a brain freeze there, so it's like kind of in this like experimental dub vein. Like if you love Adrian Sherwood and stuff, Acetone, Falkenburg by Abdul is the thing to check out. As I said, 100 copies only, so a very limited and probably hard to find release. And the next one is kind of mysterious, but you have seen the label as well here in my chart haul. So this is like Puss 2022, a 10-inch release this time, not hand-kissed or like originally lip-kissed, but more just with a stamp that resembles like lips. And this time it's a release by a guy called Butch, like a techno and acid producer from Germany, who did like a very like intriguing acid cut and like put the samples or the vocals of Vanessa Paradis, Jolie Taxi on top. So and this is a thing. When I read this first, I was cringing actually, because I was like, okay, acid and Vanessa Paradis, that doesn't go together well and stuff. And then I heard the snippets and I was like, still not really convinced. But then I heard the whole track in the record store and stuff, and this for some weird reason goes really well together. So it's a kind of like, I don't know, track for very special moments kind of, because like in a very like cool kind of at club environment there's no way to play like Jolie Taxi by Vanessa Paradis, but somehow this works. And yeah, limited 10-inch bootleg stuff. check your favorite record store for this, and if you're like playing out in the club, get this, because things shit is gonna get real with this. Next one is a double feature, because I'm gonna show like two versions of this record. You've seen a lot of these 2121 lath cut dubplate records here on my channel. That label, which is run by someone anonymous under the 2121 moniker, and doing just like lath cut releases for those guys who order this specific record from Bandcamp, so it's not available in record stores and stuff. And now it's number 7. There's no track name on there, but Jesus actually. So this is like Electro Jesus, because the track on here is well, kind of like slow motion, or like not slow motion really, but not that fast paced deep electro like you would expect from the clone record store guys, that kind of deeper stuff. And yeah, this is available on clear lath cut, and also they got sent both copies, which is great, on like black lath. So once again, like hand cut lath cut vinyl. Only a few copies available. The backside of both releases is blank, of course, and yeah, intriguing stuff for all you electro collectors, and for me to have like 2 copies with like different lath colors is intriguing as well from the collector's perspective. Next one is one which is great musically, but which sucks on the other side. So I'm going to show this to you. This is a record, a white label record, which has this like special, I don't know how they did this special variation in this like sleeve and stuff, which is released on the Young Turks label as a one-sided 12-inch. And this is Jamie XX's I Don't Know, which is a great track on 33 for me, which is yeah, kind of future tribal meets bass music, meets a little bit of future soul, kind of very complex as Jamie XX is in his productions, very with a special like twist, special swing influenced by bass music, of course. And this is a great record basically, but this sleeve, this is so tight. As you see, I'm trying to get this out, and it's just a hassle. So there's the white label again. Flip side is black, no real information. But I don't know, this thing is like, I don't know if you can see this here. There's also this Young Turks logo down there and the barcode, and yeah, Jamie XX, I don't know, is the track, but this one is like tight as fuck. So if you have this and buy this new, you expect to need like about 2 or 3 minutes to get this even out of the sleeve. And I haven't played this in a club because of the Rona and stuff, but this could suck if you are playing in a club and you cannot get the record out you want to play next. So I don't know what went wrong there, but this sleeve is way too tight. So great record, but packaging wise, like this is a failure, kind of. And not a failure, but a great record is the next one. Tough Tunes Volume 1 on the Tough Tunes Records label. Yeah, this is my handwriting once again, and I use silver markers for sure for the black covers, because I need to see what I'm going to play. The label is not really spectacular. 2 tracks on here, only some more, and like this. And if you've been around electronic music from the early 90s onwards, you might remember a period like, I don't know, or an era like late 92 through 93 maybe in UK breakbeat that was like labeled as dark side. So this is the stuff like breakbeat music, very fast paced, 140, 145 maybe, and yeah, breakbeat samples, all the stuff, and but not this heavy like piano sample thing and like uplifting melodies, but more like ravey, dark, threatening, kind of like lurking, brooding kind of breakbeat, and like I don't know, a lot of Hoover samples, like if it when it comes to breakbeats and stuff, or not to breakbeats, to synthesizers and stuff. And yeah, this one resembles this era perfectly. So Tough Tunes Volume 1 is very interesting and intriguing, and definitely a record to check out if you love old school breakbeat. And talking old school, this one is also one to check out. Sidewinder Business on Newham Wax catalog number 02. NWX02 is the matrix number, as you can see here. Also a one-sided white label 12-inch with no information actually. And the track title I nicked from Discogs. And this is like jungle, proper old school jungle from an era, sound-wise from an era, not, I guess this is a more recent production, but from an era that is like in the end of jungle, shortly before drum and bass started to emerge from it. So with this like intelligent hidden agenda kind of like string arrangement and stuff, what was called like intelligent drum and bass back, or atmospheric back in the days. But yeah, it's just this like mixture of jungle and drum and bass, which is very intriguing. Some samples which might be taken from a like old school rave tape or radio recording or whatever when it comes to the MCs. And yeah, good stuff. I'm a jungle head big time, so this was a must-have addition to the collection. Newham Wax Sidewinder Business. The next one is more for the dance floor, or for recent dance floors. Anthony Rother Machine EP on Omnidisc. I had ordered this quite a while ago, but it didn't pop up. But now it did. Omnidisc 023, and 3 tracks on here. This is somewhat disgusting because this is like a bodybuilder's chest kind of, with all these like muscles and thing. And yeah, here's the label. 3 tracks on here, no track titles given for the unique single tracks, but if you know Anthony Rother, you know that he is the king of like classic electro production. Kind of had like big tunes with like Red Light District and stuff, and like in the late 90s, and basically stuck to his like path of electro. One of these tracks is more like kind of more techno-ish with a very electroid vibe, and also can be played in the like electro breaks, new school breaks context. But basically this is like stripped down, darkish, atmospheric, very dance floor functional electro music. So Anthony Rother on Omnidisc is a thing you need if you love electro and stuff. The next one is a repress of a repress, kind of. This is on the Running Back label, Running Back double copy, which is like a sub-label of Running Back. And this is quite interesting because the graphic designer fucked things up. So here is the like sticker. And this is Subtle House, the Controversy EP, which was originally released in 1993 on Hamburg's Container Records label. A collaboration between like Boris Dlugosch, which some of you might know if you love like classic house music, and Gary D, which was a resident of the Tunnel Club, became famous for hard trance and like very cheesy hardstyle music later on in his career. But this is more like a house proto-trance with an early 90s vibe, obviously. And what is interesting, that the first repress or the first run of vinyl on the Running Back double copy label was on black vinyl, and then they sold out. And now it's on beautiful green vinyl. And as you can see, here it is all spelled correctly. Subtle House, like subtle is spelled actually. And here's the back. But on the sticker that is on the cover, there is a kind of spelling error, and the graphic designer didn't want to correct it. So if you see this around, there is an I too much in subtle. So and no one saw this properly, I guess. So yeah, interesting. And also interesting that the repress is run on green vinyl and the original pressing of the reissue is run on black vinyl. So good stuff, highly recommended if you want this like late 90s proto-trance meets house vibe. So if you're like an old school raver like I am, you might need this for sure. And for more contemporary music, I hope this works with the glare, is the 3 Feet Deep label, 3 Feet Deep Volume 2, a 4-track EP with like contributions by various artists like PPL main phase all year round in 0FG, and really pretty. This typography and stuff, and the flip side is just clean. So here's the track list again, and what this is like contemporary UK garage, sublow, dark garage stuff. Yeah, very interesting. And this is a style that is like coming back big time these days with a lot of labels, and also with the Time Is Now label, and the Warehouse Rave guys have like issued like 5 or 10 new releases in the past week. So I don't know where to get the money from to buy them all, but this is definitely good stuff for all you garage lovers out there. And finally, we're going back to the old school with a like essential EP for all these breakbeat lovers out there. Foul Play, a big name on Moving Shadow from the early 90s onwards. The Origins LP on Sneaker Social Club. I hope this works with the glare. This is like a 10-track EP which will save you a few $100 if you can find them, because all the tracks on here are like sought after by breakbeat lovers, and they go usually for, I don't know, 70 plus quid, a lot of them. And I bought this because I heard like a Foul Play mix a while ago, and I realized a lot of tracks on this EP or on this mix are tracks I don't have in my collection. So this is a very welcome like addition to my early 90s breakbeat, completing my youth collection thing, and I'd love to play this kind of breakbeat out more. And especially this is recommended, well, for all tracks for sure, but there are like a few gems on there which you might never find in a record store. Most of all is like Screwface and Dubbing You, which is the one of the biggest breakbeat anthems, old school like UK hardcore breakbeat, I don't know, 91, 92 anthems around, kind of like, maybe not in terms of like dance floor reaction, but with all those vocals on there and all the samples. And yeah, if you've been around in the early 90s for the breakbeats, you will probably know about this one or have this one already in your collection. If not, make sure that you can find it, because, well, as I said, if you buy all the singles on there, you will spend like a few £100 for all of those together, if you can even find the original pressings. So this is my chart haul for like August 2K20. Finally, there will be news to come. And yeah, one business aspect I've been talking about, like I've been taking over the backstock vinyl that my friend Sascha Müller has still from his labels and stuff, and I've like secured a distribution deal for those, and 2 of those releases are already nearly sold out. One is like has been released officially worldwide like last week on Friday, no, this week on Friday, so yesterday basically, and there are already of those 100 copies that were the whole like print run, 30 gone and a few more gone. So this might be selling out quickly as well, and I will use this money that comes in again to repress or like to press a new Intrauterin release maybe in the very near future. So make sure to watch this channel to check out when the new Intrauterin thing is to come. And yeah, that's it for today. If you like this stuff, you know the score. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow me on all social media channels, which you can find down there in the description box, as well as a link to my chart haul post on NightStairs.de, which has been growing massively, as I told you in the last video. So I'm out for today. Gonna see you in the next one. See you later.